Hello, welcome back to the second episode of My ArundelBiz Podcast. I'm Allison Akers.
And I'm Grayson Orfe, and we're your hosts from Anne Arundel Economic Development. And we're here at JesseJays, and we're here with your owners, Jesse and Jayleen. So introduce yourselves.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello, I'm Jayleen Fonseca.
Hello, I'm Jesse Ramirez.
Awesome. And we're here down in Churchton, which is it's an awesome place. It's beautiful down here.
South County. I love South County. My horse is around the corner, so.
I see him. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so let's talk about how you got your start. I understand you have both corporate and chef backgrounds. So, when I think of opening a restaurant, what better background? So why don't you talk a little bit about how you started?
Do you want me to take over?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I actually started off as a dishwasher working for an Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, wow.
And one day, a line cook didn't show up, and they threw me basically to the wolves and threw me on the line. And they basically said, wow, you did an amazing job. We're going to leave you there. You're not going to wash dishes anymore. And ever since then, my career took off. I was a kitchen manager within 6 months. Within 18 months, I was a corporate executive chef for Outback Steakhouse.
Wow.
And they really helped me out to expand my culinary, degree, to keep going and push forward. And that's where I'm at right now.
That's awesome.
Haven't looked back
So now
since.
you're head chef of your very own restaurant.
Yes.
All from being a dishwasher.
Yes.
Wow. That's a cool story.
That is awesome. How about you?
Well, and I love that story about him too. And I will say then after Outback is when he actually took a step back and went to culinary school to get his actual degree and then start working in restaurants here in Maryland. And I'm more of the business person.
Mm-hmm.
I've had experience in corporate companies, and I just, I've always had the aspiration to have my own business. And always kind of had different ideas, always in hospitality, but never really landed exactly what it would be. And it wasn't until I met Jesse, the chef, talented chef, that I thought, there it is. And it was about 2 years ago that we started putting like our business plans together and started on this journey of opening up our first restaurant together.
So, like in especially the economy and in everything that's going on, and some things help business owners, some things don't. What went into the decision of opening a business? Because a lot of times, people, they'll say they want to open up a business, but they don't follow through with it. So, what was the thing that drove you to open up your business?
Yeah, I think I always have had it in me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my parents are kind of entrepreneurs, and two of my three sisters have businesses of their own too. I started one with my sister, but it wasn't, my own. And so I've just always had that desire within me. But I can certainly see why businesses, like, they have the idea and don't follow through, because it really is so much work.
Yeah.
And it's so much more than you think. And I'm kind of like one of those that are like, no, I can do it, I can get it done, it can't be that bad. And like, it really is a lot. It's a lot more than you expect, but we're just thrilled to be here, and we're not looking back. We're so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah,
this is a beautiful place.
I also believe that it takes a lot of passion and drive to reach that goal.
Yeah.
And some people just don't have that passion and drive, and they don't open a restaurant because you have to have it, because if you don't, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
And you fail miserably. And luckily, I'm very blessed that I have an amazing wife and partner that helps me out with everything on the business aspects, and I can play chef in the business.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's a good combination.
That's
and
awesome.
I think taking the passion and drive forward, you also need the business side standpoint.
Right.
So I think I understand that you worked with Candace Pruitt in our office. So Candace Pruitt is a small business development counselor. Anne Arundel Economic Development has the Maryland Small Business Development Center housed in our office, and we have a small business counselor. So kind of talk about maybe how Candace helped you through the process of starting your own business.
Candace has been amazing. I'm so grateful, honestly, that we found her, and it was part of joining first one of your seminars that is offered on how to get your business started, where we meet with accountants and lawyers and things like that. And that's where I first learned about this business consultant that's actually a benefit for us. And Candace there's several, I think, business throughout the county, and Candace specifically has opened prior restaurants and managed restaurants before.
Yeah.
So they kind of assigned me to her, which has been just, again, such a tremendous asset. I think there's so many things that you don't really think about or know about kind of starting off.
Yeah.
I've always, again, been in corporate America, so that structure's already been there for me. And so she really helped provide that I didn't have on my own. And she continues to do that. And it's just a great person to also check in with and kind of hold you accountable in a sense, because now I don't really have a boss to kind of ask me, hey, how's it going with this?
Right.
But it's something that Candace can, we can meet, and we have our checklist at the end of, each meeting, like things for her to do, things for me to do. And it really just helps kind of keep me accountable to the things that I need to do to make sure the business keeps running successfully.
Awesome. After you met with Candace, what was it, after you met with Candace, did you have a business plan going in?
I did.
You did. So that was like the number one thing, because a lot of times people don't have the business plan going in. They'll go in and they're like, what's a business plan? Like, what do I need to do?
We'll always say, come back to me when you have a business plan.
Exactly. Yeah. So after you came back to her with the business plan, what were the next steps that you had to go through?
She certainly helped me just stay on track with who I needed to meet, and helping to make sure that I had the right information, the right paperwork for all of the different, entities that you have to register with. And like I said, we would really just build checklists at the end of, each meeting. Like, she would ask me, have you done this? Have you, and where are you here? And we would just take note of, she would help guide me on, like, what is the next step and in the right order. And so we would also prioritize, like, in the beginning, we weren't really talking about hiring and employees, but as the formation of the business was done, then we were kind of moving on to, have you thought about hiring, and who are you going to, where are you going to post your positions, and training, and making sure that you were compliant with all the human resources things and things like that. And so those were the things that, again, she really was instrumental in, because there's so many things that you don't think of.
It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. Especially as this being our first business,
Absolutely.
Second business, I might not have needed as much support, although I would still, use the services because, again, it just helps keep us accountable. But there was a lot of blind spots that she helped me out with.
Gotcha.
So how did you get involved with our office, Anne Arundel Economic Development? Was that through Candace? Was it through loan talks? I mean, kind of...
Yeah, it was actually at a bank. It was at a bank that we were, initially looking for funding sources and a loan to purchase the property. So we actually bought this property that we're here at now. And
yes.
Thank you. There's lots of potential.
Done a lot with it.
And so the mortgage lender's manager that met with us is actually on the board of Anne Arundel Economic Development Corp. And in talking with him and meeting with us, he introduced us to this, the concept and what AAEDC does. And he, it went from there, really, that he just thought we would be a good fit for the services and the loan packages that the Volt and the AAEDC offer. And it kind of really started from there, and then from there they kind of connected me to Candace, and then Candace connected me to you. I mean, it's just been kind of like the office there, just really helpful, such great resources that I wouldn't have had access to if I wouldn't have been introduced, so it's been great.
So for a little bit of background, they did receive a loan through our office, but that was through the Volt Fund that we have, which is the money comes from the video lottery terminals, and we are a fund manager. So they use that to help build out their place. They also got a loan with the Maryland Small Business Development Financing Authority. As well. So that was a little bit before the Volt Fund, or
we did them at the same time.
Okay.
We kind of did them at the same time, close together, and so we kind of tapped into both of those benefits or programs. And I'm actually really proud of how it turned out, that we're funded kind of locally by the Department of Commerce in Maryland and by the Anne Arundel County Development Fund. That these are two funds that are specifically here to help small businesses get started, especially with like minority and women and veteran-owned businesses. And so I think it's really cool that we're like locally funded versus, the big banks. I just think it's kind of a fun part of our story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're here in South County. Now
Yes.
this is a special location. Why is this a special location to you guys?
Do you want to take that one?
Sure. Jesse's leaving me to talk. We fell in love with the area. I mean, simply said, we fell in love with the area. We were looking in Anne Arundel County. This is the county that we live in. And we were looking in this county, and we were looking for something specific that would bring our vision to life. And this place kept popping up. And one day we just took a drive down here and just really loved the area. And we saw the opportunity. We're in a great peninsula, beautiful peninsula area of Maryland.
Yeah.
There's a lot of waterfront properties
Yeah.
here, lots of great marinas. And we also just saw that there wasn't that many restaurants down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And there aren't any Latin food restaurants. And so we thought this could be a really good opportunity for us to be different and be, kind of stand out versus maybe going into a big city like Baltimore or Annapolis where you kind of be
Right.
one of thousands. We thought this would be better suited for even like our vision.
I mean, we were also looking at growth. We were looking at neighborhoods, schools, infrastructure.
Yeah.
What's up and coming? There's a lot of restaurants out here, a lot of dock restaurants, people on the water.
Yep.
But there's a lot of, like what she was saying, there's a lot of seafood, stuff like that. There's not much diversity down here.
Yeah.
So bringing this ethnic food down here, I think, is blowing up, and it's helping them
Yeah.
taste something different that they've never had.
Yeah, it's
Which
variety.
you can't even get in the city,
Yeah.
in Baltimore City or in DC. This is
Yeah.
completely different. And I'm hoping this keeps going.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So tell us a little bit about JesseJays. Tell us more about it. Looks like we have some delicious food here. So why
Yes.
don't you kind of talk about it?
So I wanted to bring back a little of the classic style and rustic style cooking that a lot of the Latin foods deter from here in the U.S. Period. So I brought in, my background is with French and Spanish cooking. It all started with my grandmother. My grandmother is from Oaxaca, Mexico. I'm first generation here in this country, so I learned a lot from her. She cooked 5 meals a day, and I say that because she used to cook in advance.
Wow.
So she always had food going. There was something always cooking in the oven or something in a pot stewing. And that drive, just so having her passion to feed people, kind of just smeared off on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems
yeah.
like it.
And I enjoyed it. And I always remembered her passion and having that, and how she was always happy. And I think that's where I grabbed that passion of food from. And I've never looked back. And I love it. And I won't change it for anything. I mean, I went to school for something else. I went to school for computer science.
Oh, wow.
No, wow.
But again, it was not what I really wanted to do in life.
Yeah.
Food, I mean, everybody eats, but I love food.
Yeah.
Some
Here,
people
here.
just eat, but I love food. So I want to pass that on to people. I want them to enjoy something really good, and I hope I can give the South County people some really good Spanish food.
Oh, that's
What do we
awesome.
have in front
So
of
yeah,
us?
so we have some things for you guys to try today if you'd like.
Okay, now this is the thing. What is everybody else gonna eat? Because this looks like
No, this one's
this is like
mine.
me.
And so is this.
Yes. Well, we'll start with Jay's Guac and Chips, so named after me. And the story around that, when we first started dating, we were having a dinner party, and he was doing all the food, and he was scrambling, getting all these things done. And so he's of Mexican descent, I'm of Puerto Rican descent, but I was like, Jesse, I can make the guac. And he's like, no, I got the guac. And I'm like, trust me, I can make the guac. Finally, he gave in, and he let me make the guac for our dinner party, and he's never made guac since.
Under
So-
supervision.
Don't make the guac.
So when
Under supervision.
That is delicious.
So when we opened our restaurant, it's like we're using my recipe and we're calling it Jay's Guac and Chips. And so here you have Jay's
Oh
Guac
my
and
God.
Chips.
Come
Yeah.
in for some guac and chips because that is amazing guac.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh
very
my God,
delicious.
that's good.
And it's
Man.
made to order from scratch.
Yes.
That is awesome. Okay,
Yep.
Allison, that's mine.
So that's that. That's our best-selling appetizer. Here we have some street tacos for you guys to try too. Jesse's short rib. So this one's named after him. His short rib is my favorite, one of my favorite things that he makes. So this is a short rib taco.
Okay.
And we have a fish taco as well for you guys to try.
Okay.
And then this side dish here is coming from my Puerto Rican, or I should lean it to the camera, my Puerto Rican heritage. These are fried plantains, ripe plantains.
Ooh,
We
yeah,
call them maduros,
Yep.
and they are delicious. So, and then we actually made a dessert of those same plantains. So those are sweet plantain beignets,
Really?
Wow.
and they
So
are
you have the
delicious.
side dish as well as the dessert.
Yeah. So even in building the menu, we tried to incorporate a lot of the same ingredients into several dishes so that we can just be more efficient with our food and have less waste and things like that. So
This is all really good.
yeah,
Oh my God.
isn't that yummy? You'll definitely. So are you gonna try tacos,
is-
or is that
Yeah.
gonna be too messy
Absolutely.
for the
You guys might
camera?
want to
No.
split that short rib taco.
I know. How are we
I
going to choose?
don't, I don't know what she's talking about.
Well,
No.
we can get you guys more when the camera stops rolling. I just got you guys some samples.
That's great. Yeah, we will try some of these.
Okay.
Any news to share? What's going on at JesseJays? What
So-
should everyone know about?
Well, news, I mean, we're just excited to be here. We kind of opened up the inside area first, and we're really trying to get our groove going with the inside. We're getting there. This is week number 4. We're getting there, and then we want to add specials to the menu as well, so you can expect to come in and find different things that are not on the menu, just whatever the chef is featuring and he's inspired by that day. So I'm looking forward to that soon. And also the outside area. So part of the reason we bought this property too is because of the outside bar. So there's an actual bar out there, and we're going to add a deck to it, which will give us
Oh, wow, that's gonna be
more
great.
seating space.
Yeah.
Because as you guys can see, the dining room's pretty small.
So perfect for the summer.
Yeah.
You'll be open by the summer.
Yes.
Yep.
We will.
Jesse wants you to try the icing with it. He makes all of that stuff fresh. None of it
Icing's
is.
fresh as well?
Yes.
Try it with the icing. That's
He
supposed
makes
to be
the
topped.
icing. Isn't that so good? I know.
Is that? Listen, I just want to know: are y'all adopting? Because I can pull my own weight. Look, I'll be there. Come on.
Can I come here every day?
Yeah.
That's what
Will
I'm
you
saying.
feed me every day?
Yeah. Well, we're looking for
Listen.
cooks, so I mean,
There you go. They
You
are
cook?
hiring.
We
We
cook.
are
Yes.
hiring. We are hiring some prep cooks, some line cooks as well,
Awesome.
and potentially some more servers as well, so we can get our next step, which is getting our outside bar and deck complete and get that open, because that's an extra 50 seats for us and for the community,
Yeah.
and so they can be outside, having their children outside as well with the little
Yeah.
playground.
Yeah.
You know, nice roof over the head, so you're not getting beat down on sun.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be good.
Beautify
Yeah.
the backyard and make it nice for everybody, and open up that back.
Are you guys hiring eaters? If you're hiring eaters, listen, I'm here. I'm here
welcome
for you.
eaters.
And matter of fact, I'll do it for free. No, you ain't gotta. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I'll be a volunteer.
Well, do you have any last advice for any other entrepreneurs that are looking to start a restaurant?
So, have you heard of the E-Myth book? I've heard of this. So, it's a book that I was suggested. It was suggested to me early on when we were doing our business planning. And the concept of this book, it's pretty short read, but the concept of this book is that you kind of need 3 roles to be successful in business. I really agree with this concept. And so you need the visionary, you need that person that's kind of give you have the vision and the plans and develop that. You need the manager that's going to carry through those day-to-day operations that are going to get to that vision. And then you need your expert, your technician that can actually, provide the great product. And so I think in my journey, I was telling you my aspiration of always wanting to open a
Sure.
business. I feel like I have that visionary and that management skills, but I was lacking kind of the expert.
Gotcha.
And then Jesse, on the other hand, he's like the expert in a category, but he didn't really have, the business background to kind of really get it going and doing on his own. So his idea that the E-Myth says basically that most businesses fail because it's either an expert, you just don't have those 3 elements in your business to be successful. And so I just feel like, again, that's what we have between the two of us. And I think that'd be critical to make it work. Like, I wouldn't be able to open this without him, and he probably wouldn't be able to do it without me. And so pick up that book. I think it gives really good perspective.
And what is
as
it
you're
again? What's the
starting.
title
It's
of
called
it?
The E-Myth.
The E-Myth.
Why Businesses Fail.
Okay.
Really good book. And then just patience. I mean, things take longer and probably are more involved or more work than you think, and probably cost more than you initially think. So just understanding that from the beginning and being flexible with that, planning ahead.
Being prepared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, listen, thanks for talking to us today. We had a great time.
And for feeding us. I mean, the food really
Oh
is
my God,
amazing.
it is great.
Come
You're not
in.
It
acting,
is
right?
great. No,
Not acting. We are
not
not
at all.
paid actors.
Trust me. I'll let you know. I will let you know. No, this is
Thumbs up.
it's 100%.
Thank
This is awesome. This is awesome. But thank you for being with us today. And
Yeah, thanks for joining in. Don't forget that this is coming to you monthly. We're trying to hit twice a month, featuring local businesses in your community all around Anne Arundel County. Today we're in South County. Tomorrow we could be in North County.
Yep.
You can tune in on ArundelBiz.org and any of our social media channels. So that's on Facebook, on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, as well as ArundelBiz.org.
awesome.
So thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And now we're gonna cut the cameras while I feed my face. Alrighty. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank
Thank you.